and welcome to the Bucket List Show. I'm Tammy Crandell with Journey Adventure Travel and Tours and Barron Real Estate, and I am with my co-host today, Rebecca Danise, who is also with Barron Real Estate. And we have got some interesting things to talk about today. Predominantly dream homes here on the Treasure Coast. We thought we would make that a focus for today. Are you looking for something new? Are you a first time buyer? Do you finally want to build that dream home? You still have the opportunity to do that because many homes that are out there today, whether they're an existing home on the market or you're wanting to build it and have some new things in it and not have to worry about the age of windows or roof and that sort of thing, that availability is still out there. So that's a possibility, right?
It is. Yeah, I mean, Port St. Lucie has over 30 plus communities, neighborhoods.
Right.
So it could range, from maybe an older inventory that's been rehabbed brand new. It could be the resort style. It could be, a standalone single family or a condo. So because it's such a big area and we still have land available, there's so many options. So, we're a balanced market in some areas. It's not necessarily, the sellers are ruining it, or the buyers, but it depends on what pocket you're hitting, if that makes sense.
Well, and that's true. I mean, that's absolutely true. When we talk about the variety of different types of homes that are out there, I'm sure all of you who are residents of our area, here have noticed there's still building going on within the very neighborhoods that you were living within, whether you're in an
fields
HOA.
Years ago.
That's right, they were. And so some of those things are what we refer to as spec homes.
Yeah.
For some of the builders out there, they're trying to get, some inventory out there for people to be able to buy. So instead of you having to wait 8 or 10 or 12 months for a home to get completed, you actually have the ability to purchase a home that's already in the works and going up.
Right. So the new builders, they're building as they're going, but they also have homes that they built, so those are move-in ready. And that's what we're seeing. And, the reason is even, past the pandemic, I mean, we're still the number one, 7th best place to live in the country for a beach community.
Of
and
course.
then we're the 8th best place in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
And, people are still shifting and moving around. Industries are changing. Side note today on the news is AI has now, there's a computer for AI to get your nails painted. So it was on the news, and they're painting their nails, and it's working. It's a computer, little machine. You buy it home, and
I don't even know how I feel about
that.
Yeah,
to me, it was different, but
I would miss the conversation.
That's what people were saying.
That you get.
But it just, things are changing. But, for here, we have new businesses open, beautiful new homes coming.
And we have a lot
great
of
neighborhoods
and
parks.
Parks, neighborhoods, good schools. And the thing is, too, if you are more partial to a neighborhood that has an HOA, you want some controls over what people can paint the color of their home, that sort of thing, and types of things they can grow in their yard. If you want to be partial to having a garage face a certain direction, those neighborhoods are still out there. We had the joy of visiting one of those homes today, an actual home builder. Yeah, it was a great tour at Veranda Gardens here off of Becker. It's a DeVosta Homes community, and that I think what amazed me the most about those builds specifically was that they are like. What do you call those up-to-date homes?
Modern, industrial looking, spacious. That was, and the way they created them is that you still have your master bedroom suite, and then you have the privacy of the the 2 or 3 other bedrooms that you're going to get, or even if it's a 2-bedroom. But
so that split home style.
Correct.
But these homes that are going up out there are they're smart homes. Across the board. They provide an energy savings right off the bat. As you get into these
green,
homes.
So that makes a big difference.
And they're priced commensurably to some of the homes that are out there that are already pre-built.
Correct.
So that's something fun to consider. I mean, if you are looking at homes that you're finding, you're searching and searching, and you're just not finding the right house, and these homes that have been on the market for a while, maybe you should check out some of these neighborhoods.
Correct, yeah.
You know.
I mean, you could call us and we could do a tour of the new construction
Absolutely.
properties, because we looked at Veranda Gardens, and, you may want to look at tradition.
Well, that's true.
So,
That's true.
that's it. And, certain things have different, Veranda Garden has, gas lines already put in. Tradition
absolutely.
doesn't have gas.
That's right. That's right.
But
So
even their pool resort area, I would live there.
it was wonderful.
It was
I mean, they had a
beautiful.
wonderful resort pool, wonderful community
And they had the
clubhouse.
lap pool, like Olympic size.
Yes, absolutely.
Very nice.
They actually had an area, and I think this is what impressed me the most, because I see a lot of these communities go up, and they'll provide, that community clubhouse, and they've got a wonderful, space where they can rent for different events and things to their neighbors. But a lot of them don't include like a working kitchen.
Yeah, this
This
was
one
beautiful.
did. This one
Yeah.
had a working kitchen. It had these grand open windows that you could use
It
for
was
an outside
screened
bar.
in, and then you had an outside. But so
Yeah.
if you're gonna live there, and it's a great place where it's a community. You could have an event. But the pools, the gym, and then the lap pool, those are all extra amenities. Plus, pickleball courts, the bocce,
Right, the bocce ball,
tennis.
tennis, that's correct.
It's just amazing
They
how
had a
all these are.
circuit. They had a small circuit space for
Yep.
training outside there, which was great.
But the best thing is the
Yes.
incentives.
Yes, that's true.
Money.
That's true. So
That's
let's
the
talk a little
best
bit about
part.
that. So
So right now, so they have move-in ready homes, and up until August 15th, you could get incentives up to 57,000. So it depends on the price level. So they're going to put some money towards your closing costs. They're going to reduce the house of the price and the land. Then they're going to reduce some of the CDD, which is their community development fee. And then they're also offering some lower rates at 6%. So
Right.
for the people that are hesitant to buy, the market is just shifted to be creative and give you the things that you need. So you're worried about rates. You want some closing cost assistance.
Right.
These are things to promote home ownership and make it, user friendly.
Well, and then sometimes, I've been in some communities that are much larger.
Right.
For some that's a great thing. This particular community was about 700
Yep,
homes.
700.
They're in the fourth phase at this point, so they're wrapping up that area. But we're looking at 3, 4, 5 bedroom homes. They consist
Yeah.
of 2 or 3 car garages. They're not fully custom, just,
Right.
but at the same time, you're able to pick and choose different types of decor within the homes themselves.
And your prices, were maybe at that 4-ish number, to higher.
Right, that's
if you want a
correct.
2-story, 2,800 square feet, then, that obviously is going to be higher, but
Of
they still have
course,
the single
of
story,
course.
2 bedrooms.
Yeah, and it really
things of that
depends on the
nature.
style of the home. Wonderful kitchens, you mentioned earlier,
Yeah.
gas.
Yeah, the gas is, and their properties have the gas stove and then 2 double ovens. It's all those little extras
Right.
that, and
CBS construction,
Yeah. The
impact
windows.
resistant windows and doors.
Yeah.
Those things that if you bought a pre-made home that's been around for a while, not that that's a bad thing. I own one myself.
right, yeah, I mean, we have great
You know,
inventory here.
We have wonderful inventory for that as well. But if you know that you're wanting to update and add those, those impact resistant
Right, yeah.
windows, if you're
It's
wanting to
already
add
done.
these things, it's done for you.
But even, the idea that it's a smart home, and people are like, well, what's that? The idea is everything is connected. Your stove, your AC, your garage door,
That's
your
right.
backup lighting if there's a hurricane. And that's a savings, because if you're gone for 10 hours, you're going to lower the AC, keep
Sure.
all the lights on. But if you're coming home at 9 o'clock, now
Right,
you're not
right.
messing with timers and things. It's just all done on your phone.
Well, and there's a lot to be said about some of the things that an HOA fee may include
Yeah.
with homes such as this. So, we're talking about including your internet service.
Yep.
It's including care of the lawn maintenance and the trees and shrubbery outside of your home.
And bugs,
Yeah,
infestation.
bug infestation.
And the internet is also basic cable. So people are like, oh, I don't want to pay, $500 or whatever it is every quarter. Well, cable alone is, $200.
Right,
Then you
exactly.
got grass, then you got infestation.
That's true.
They're adding the mulch every year, so that's protecting the plants. They're doing the trim work out by your driveway. So really, you don't have any maintenance, and once you start piecing that separately, it really doesn't make that big of a deal.
And that really could be a huge impact for someone who is a home buyer for the first time.
Yeah.
If you are set on wanting a home that is freestanding, and you're not thinking about some of the ancillary things, like, who's going to cut your grass?
Right.
If you've never had to do that before, now you've got to buy something to do that if you don't intend for somebody else to do it for you. So all of those things start to add up in cost.
Yeah, they make a difference. And
They
it's your
do.
quality of life. So, someone may want that kind of quality of life because they want someone to do it all for them. Then we're going to have the other customer that says, I don't want an HOA. I want to have my own single family property because I want my truck in the driveway. I want to store my boat.
That's true. That's
or I want
absolutely
to have a
true.
big picnic and paint my house purple. So there's different things that people want. And, you're going back to that needs analysis.
Well, and that's true. I mean, there are a lot of people who maybe they're not, you may be that person who isn't happy with that standard 80 by 125 lot
Right.
that we have here in areas in St. Lucie County. So it could be you want something that's wider or something that's, a little bit deeper. And if that's the case, those are the things that we as a realtor can, kind of narrow it down.
Break it down.
For you,
Yeah.
track those things down for you so you're not making yourself crazy looking for that. It's about us sitting down and having a conversation with you to help uncover, what are
Right.
your real wants, needs, and desires. And, we're going to be brutally honest with you.
Right.
We're going to be truthful about what's available out there, what falls within the range that you're looking to do. Right now there are approximately 1,100 homes
Yep.
on the market,
1,100,
right?
yep, on the market.
yeah.
And then just talking about the Treasure Coast in general, we have 23 miles of beachfront for the
Yes.
Treasure Coast.
Yes.
So that incorporates it all. And, people are still coming here. I mean, it's just, we're seeing new businesses. There's new schools, there's new infrastructure. It's just flowing nice.
Yeah, well, and if you're unfamiliar with the different types of neighborhoods that we have here in Port St.
Right.
Lucie, for example, a great place to check out if you go to cityofpsl.com/neighborhoods, you can see the different neighborhoods that exist within the
Correct.
different areas. It's got mapping. It gives you an idea of what the zoning is, what the schools are.
And then it ties into the parks and, where you could swim or if there's a pool or hiking. If you want a horseback ride here, it tells you where you could horseback ride, for the beach. So
Absolutely.
it's a very, very interactive map, but it tells the story.
It does.
So, and then
It does.
that's, where we could kind of feed in to help people and get where they need.
Yeah, and so if you're interested in getting information or you'd like to sit down and have a conversation with either of
Yeah.
us, again, I'm Tammy Crandell, and my direct number is 772-579-9536.
And I am Rebecca Danise, and my number is 203-482-7297.
Now, we're going to take a short break, and we're going to, get off the real estate stuff. We're going to talk about events when we come back, so we will see you when we return. Are you looking to buy, sell, or lease your commercial property? Do you want to sell your business? Do you need a property manager? The Jeremiah Barron and Company commercial real estate experts have managed over $1 billion in commercial real estate transactions. Our agents focus on each client's specific needs to deliver results. For more information, visit treasurecoastcommercialrealestate.com. Located in St. Lucie West, Barron Academy is a private school that caters to students with autism and other unique needs. Barron Academy hosts grades K to 8, offering paced lessons and smaller class sizes guided by a passionate team of experienced educators. Curriculums are tailored to each student's abilities, which builds confidence while nurturing learning. For more information, visit exceptionalacademymypsl.com.
welcome back to the Bucket List Show. Again, I am Rebecca, and this is Tammy. Just to let you know, we created the Bucket List Show because our goal was to serve you so everyone could have their most abundant life. And that looks different for everyone. Someone may want to travel. They may want to, ski or buy a house or paddleboard, whatever it is. I can't even think right now.
Sometimes filling that bucket to have your most abundant life could really be about doing some things in the local area that you're in. I mean, we all choose areas to live in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Places that we are comfortable living, eating, breathing, making friends, finding things to do. So we do have some things coming up as summer is coming up to an end, right?
So summer is ending, and Port St. Lucie is the home of the Port St. Lucie New York Mets. They have a beautiful stadium. Tammy and I are lucky enough that we work for Barron Real Estate, who does have an agreement with the Mets. So we will be there September 7th, and we're going to host a game. So we'll have a booth, we'll have some fun things, conversation, hot dogs.
Yeah, and what's fun about September 7th is, that is the $1 beer, soda, popcorn night, $2 hot dog night. It's at 6:10, like I said, September 7th, so we'll just be exiting summer.
Right, so it won't be like 93 degrees that it is today.
Right. That's right, it's very warm today.
But it's so much fun, and it's a beautiful stadium. It packs out, and, if you're a Met fan or not, you just need to go.
It's just a fun place
I don't
to
even
be.
know who they're playing, but, it really is a great thing. And they give back so much. Barron has another event coming up at the Met Stadium. What one is that? That is
that's our trunk or treat, and that is on Friday, October 27th. Starts at 5 p.m. Up to this point, for the last 3 years, we've actually held that event at the Barron Real Estate Complex in St. Lucie West.
Right.
But we have outgrown
there was
that
thousands
space.
of people.
Yes. So we really anticipate having a lot more people come out. We look forward to dressing up like we always do, and
it's a safe
having
place
fun
for the
with
children.
kids.
So it's safe, it's fun, it's family oriented.
Yes. And there's no cost
music,
to attend.
right? And
it's just a great way to come out,
come fill your bag and have fun.
Visit all the trunks in the area, which will be a ton of fun, and it's a great safe space for you to be able to bring your children.
Right.
If you don't have children, bring your nieces or your nephews or your grandkids.
Come dressed up.
Just just a fun time. They usually do a dress up contest as well. Food trucks are there.
Yeah, they had face painting, and so it really is a family affair, and it's fun. And then again, it's at the Met Stadium, so you don't have to worry about parking and bathrooms, and it's just a great facility there.
And you're probably thinking, well, those things are really kind of a ways off, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
But that's okay, because we've got some things that are going on in between those dates. So, again, at the Clover Stadium, which is the St. Lucie Mets Stadium.
Correct.
That's what we know it as here.
Yep.
But, we have that lovely stadium being taken care of by Clover. So we want to make sure that we don't fail to mention that. But they do events on Saturday evenings at the Met Stadium before the season ends. And that is August 19th at 6:10. They have the Boo Bash, which is for the Boys and Girls Club.
Another great organization.
St. Lucie County. There's always fireworks on Saturday night, so that's pretty
great.
cool. Saturday, September 9th, which is just a couple days after, the night that we're out there.
September 7th,
That's right, so September 9th. Also at 6:10 is First Responder Night.
Yeah, that's one that we all should go and support.
Yeah, we should support our first responders here on the Treasure Coast. So lots of events.
Lots of good events. And I know that even on Saturday during the days, I'm not sure, you have to check the calendar, but they do have like a small little farmer market out in that area too.
Oh, sure.
So, there's much more things to do. I mean, and farmers market is all the time in Tradition on Saturdays. You see that
true.
there.
That's true.
And so you could find pockets of many different events. And then if you went back to the Port St. Lucie, it will tie in the events, but also it'll filter off to the county.
That's right.
And that's a nice thing.
And that's true. If you're looking for some fun events to do with your kids. And or without your kids, you can actually go to macaronikids.com
Nice.
/Port St. Lucie, and you can find a full calendar of events
Nice.
that take place there. Sometimes the misnomer is there's not a whole lot to do here. That you have to be in an HOA neighborhood with organized things. But we have Casey and Spaz does a variety of different comedy shows in our area here. There are different fundraisers that occur throughout the county. We have a musical bingo that takes place at the 19th hole.
You could even get a resort pass for a day spa at, now I just forgot it.
Oh, you're talking about Sandpiper Bay.
Yes, Sandpiper
so we
Bay.
have Sandpiper Bay,
Yes.
which is right here in our backyard.
It's beautiful.
And so you have the ability, you're right, you can do a half day,
Yeah.
which would include lunch, or you can do a half day, which would include dinner.
Yeah.
You can do a full day
So
and
it's a
just
full
have lunch
spa,
and dinner.
pools, it's another great family thing. If you didn't want to do the beach, or, you don't want to travel far. So we have all those amenities
Absolutely.
for everybody. Beautiful bowling leagues and batting cages and, and even Tiger Woods just redid Pop Stroke, which is a miniature golf restaurant. They just redid that, so it's similar to whatever
out in
golf.
Tradition.
That's
out
in
Tradition, which is off of Gatlin Boulevard.
Which is another neighborhood.
Yes, not far
Yeah.
from Village Parkway, out in that area. Christ Fellowship has a number of things that they do out in the community periodically. So there's just so much.
It's so much. And, even if you go down one or on your way to Hutchison Island, we have beautiful parks, on the Indian River or St. Lucie River. And then obviously the ocean, even certain areas now you could rent the electrical bikes.
That's true.
It's really walkable in
That's
many
true.
areas. So, it really is just,
Yeah,
a great place.
Maybe you've decided you want to try paddle boarding or kayaking. You've never done that sort of thing before. Or maybe you've had an intro, but it's been many years.
Right.
You could check out Lisa's Kayaks up in Fort Pierce, right there on the lagoon.
And you know what? Write your bucket list. This started, Tammy and I were 30 years at bank, and we lived by a to-do list, balance our children, our family. And, we started a new, section of our career, and then COVID happened, and the idea of the bucket list is we are meant to live. We're meant to live, we're meant to give back, we're meant to help our neighbors, and we really do mean that we want to serve people.
Well,
so
and that's true.
If you need help, we want to gather that information,
Well,
and
and
like people.
Well, and we love this area so much.
Oh, yeah.
It becomes one of those things that sometimes certain areas could get reputations that and that's because people are really not aware of what is truly available to them in the area. Some of the events that I mentioned earlier, are discount events, like at the Mets Stadium on that Thursday night. So it's not a huge amount of money to spend to be able to spend an
Even
evening
when
with your
they're in
family.
practice. I mean, you could go there for free and watch them practice. And if you wanted something more, you could go to Vero, and they have the Disney Resort in Vero.
Yes, yeah,
So,
which is,
there's so much to offer. And, we serve all these areas. If it's new construction or buy-in, or you need to sell, or you're relocating,
we even
from Connecticut or New York or California, that's, what we...
Yeah, that's what we
do
focus
well.
on. And we know not everybody maybe doesn't want a single family home. Maybe you want a townhome or a villa style home. These are some of the builds that are going up out off of the Becker area.
Yeah.
So, those are things to consider as well. You could be in a connected home that's got a villa on each side.
Yeah, they're doing the duplexes now.
And some of them actually, that will be including an en-suite for in-laws.
Yeah, which is a nice thing, especially for this area. And the dynamics, have changed with what family looks like either way. So
Right.
I do think it makes sense. So I think Port St. Lucie has a lot to offer.
I think
And this
they
whole
do, too.
Treasure Coast area, which is, beautiful. Tammy's been here her whole life.
Yes, as a Florida native, I can't imagine. Every time I said I'm moving north, that meant from Palm Beach County here.
Yeah, no, I
You know,
was...
and it's because I love Florida. I grew up here. I can't imagine being in a state where I can't get to the ocean.
Yeah, no,
It's just incomprehensible to me.
I was Connecticut, and I love Connecticut. I love New York. It was fabulous. but I think it's a different living here. You know, everything is walkable. I think that impacts your health. I think there's just so much more socializing, and there's always a fair or a bazaar or something going on that is free.
Sure.
And, you know, it's wonderful. I think it's
Yeah,
an easy
I
place
think
to
it
raise
is.
a family. There's building new magnet schools and extending that. So I think it's a great place to live.
I think it is too.
Yeah.
So there, you know, we could go on and
I
on
know.
and talk about all these things, and you couldn't possibly write fast enough. But certainly, if you have questions and you would love to sit down, talk with myself or talk with Rebecca, we would love to have the opportunity to do that. And certainly, if there are ideas that you have that you would like us to bring to the table, things you'd like us to talk about, please reach out to us, you know, via www.thebucketlist.life. You know, we would be happy to hear
Yeah,
your
perfect.
suggestions. And if you want to email us your suggestions, you can do
Perfect.
that.
Or if you have a nonprofit event that you want us to try to help and, you know, showcase, we could share that.
Well, and that's exactly it. So, you know, make sure you share those things with us. Our email address for the Bucket List Show is noboxes at thebucketlисtshow.life.
Yep.
Again, I'm Tammy Crandell with Journey Adventure Travel and Tours and the Bucket List Show, obviously, and Barron Real Estate, and Rebecca.
I'm Rebecca with Barron Real Estate and also the Bucket List Show. So thank you.
Thank
Be
you
kind,
for coming.
everybody.
We'll see you again.
Stay cool.